Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How y'all doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today, I'm doing my quarterly beauty empties for Q2 of 2025. So these are the empties of all the things that filter in and out of my collection that aren't makeup. So fragrances in here, we have like cleansers and skincare in here, with body care in here, maybe even some brush cleansers, those kind of things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, please keep on watching. I have a ton of stuff in here, which is my little, tub that I keep it in, but I've also got some stuff like sitting off to the side here that won't fit in this tub. So we've got a lot to talk about today. And what I love most about these kind of videos is that they are a product that a person has used completely, and the little reviews that you get of said product are so informative because you know that the person has used that product completely. So I love these kind of things on channels. So if you have a YouTube channel and you do these kind of things, please let me know. I would love to come and visit you. And with that said, for those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. Ultimately, this is my self-care. I love to come out here, talk to you about the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things coming into my collection, leaving my collection as it pertains to beauty, which includes skincare, fragrance, makeup, all the things, mostly makeup, but we also like to go through our regulatory beauty products as well. I think that you'll find that this channel brings solace to your soul in the way it brings solace to mine, or at least I hope you do. And I hope that you like it or me enough that you'll want to subscribe before you go. I am trying to hit 2K this year, so if you do subscribe, let me know down in the comment section. I would love to welcome you personally. I still respond to every single message that I get in the comment section, and I would love to chat with you down there, so don't forget to hit me up. And all that out of the way, let's jump into this quarterly empties for Q2 of 2025. For makeup empties, I do go over those every single month in my makeup rehab video series, in which I am in the past have went over the things that I had purchased and the things that I brought in, and really tried to balance the amount of products that I was bringing in versus the ones that were leaving my collection that I was using, right? So that's what we do for makeup empties. This year I'm on a no buy, so that has become, it's still called makeup rehab, but that has become more of a let's check in with this no buy that I'm on kind of video. And because I am a beauty channel, I think it's only fair that I talk to you about the behind the scenes things as well, right? The beauty things that go into keeping my hair the way it is, or my skin the way it is, and that kind of thing. So we do quarterly beauty empties. I quit doing these monthly because it just seemed like I did not have enough monthly to come talk to you about. So quarterly seems to be the way to go, and sometimes it's a lot and sometimes it's a little. I think the last couple times I've done this, it's been very little product, and this time we are seeing like a ton of stuff in this in this bucket. So that just goes to show that it does take a while to get through some things, right? So we're going to just jump in because there is a lot to talk about. But before we do that, I am going to go off camera and separate this into categories of skin, hair, body, those kind of things. And then I'll come back on here and we'll talk about it a little bit. Okay, so I think I have this all separated in the way that makes the most sense. So we are going to start with tools and just kind of go through the process there. So I do have what I would consider tools. One being my makeup brush cleanser. This is the Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner. This is such a good cleanser. This is a quick drying rinse-free formula that kind of has this like chemically vanilla-ish scent. And I buy these from Amazon. Honestly, they're the same price at Amazon as they are at Sephora, and honestly, I don't get enough perks from Sephora to, think that I need to purchase these from Sephora. I do find that this one is the best as far as I'm concerned. I wash my brushes after every single use. There is a couple of containers behind this love sign right here that hold my brushes in them until I get them washed. I have a ton of brushes. I'm sure those familiar with my channel know and have seen the brushes that I have. And so I only use them once before I wash them. And this is the in-between major washes brush cleaner that I use to wash them. Hands down, best. I think it's like $42 or $48 for this big old jug, and it typically lasts me about 6 months because it really doesn't take very much of this product to use to get your brushes clean in the way that you want them clean. So that is something that I have repurchased, always will repurchase, never want to have without in my collection. I do have some cotton balls. These are just the Equate Beauty jumbo cotton balls that I purchased actually for use in like nail polish remover application on my toes because I don't wear a whole lot on my fingers. I occasionally wear stuff on my fingers, but these are really good. Like, these are the Equate brand, right? So they come from Walmart, I believe, but they're so soft and so big. Sometimes when you get those off-brand cotton balls, they're just really super tiny, and like really you can get the fingernail polish off of one finger per cotton ball. And I really do feel like these last for all of my fingers on one hand to get the polish off. I think that they are well worth the money. They're something like $3 for a bag of, there's 200 in here. It's a giant bag because they are giant cotton balls. It seems like such a silly thing to put in here, but I really do love those cotton balls. And then I also have 2 brushes in here that I am going to get rid of or take out of my collection. This one I am getting rid of because it's just super pokey, and it is an eye brush, and I have really come to the conclusion in my old age that you don't have to have a pokey eye brush. You really don't. It doesn't need to be pokey in order to move the makeup around. And once it becomes pokey because it's been washed too often or whatnot, because this didn't start off pokey, it maybe needs to go. This one was super pokey. This is a Morphe brush. I cannot remember where I got this, to be honest, and all it says is Morphe on it. There's not even a name of the brush on it. I think it came in an eye brush set that I purchased at some point in time. It's just way too pokey. I don't want to use it on my eyes. Every time I did use it on my eyes, it kind of hurt. So I am getting rid of this brush. This is, and Morphe brushes, let me just say, are really super inexpensive. So if you want a good brush in a pinch, those are really good brushes to purchase, because even if they wear out in 6 months or whatever, it was only $6 to purchase it, right? So this one, I think I got in a set of eye brushes that cost me $18 total, and there were 6 brushes in there. So each one of those brushes cost $3, and that brush I definitely got my $3 worth out of. It wasn't my favorite for use in blending. It's just a little bit too big, a little bit too, like, honestly dense. It didn't like move in the way I wanted it to move when I was buffing out my eyeshadows in the first place, but then it just got too pokey. Morphe brushes do that. You can wash them about 100 times before they really start deteriorating, which is the case with this guy. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration that came out, I think, with her second palette, maybe it was her first, I'm not even sure. But so the number on this one is JH02, I do believe. So it is a face brush. Obviously, it is a brush that I used for my bronzer pretty much every day. So this is old, right? This is a pretty old brush. It lasted forever, but they do still carry this shape, I do believe, just not the Jaclyn Hill collection one, or did carry. I don't know what they're carrying anymore. I really liked this brush, but sometime in the last like month or so, every time I used it, I was finding that I had white stuff all over me from the bristles breaking or just flat out falling out of this brush. So I really liked this brush for the length of time that I had it in my collection in use. I just got to a point where, number one, it's broken, the bristles have broken enough that I don't feel like it creates a seamless blend anymore. It is kind of patchy. In addition to that, I am tired of having to wipe bristles off of my clothes every single time I use Morphe brushes like this, white hair brushes specifically. I have another one that I've been using for bronzer over the last couple months, and I'm thinking about getting rid of it too, even though I love it. It's a different shape than this, but I just cannot, it's brand new, and I just cannot stand the fact that I've always got bristles all over me every single time I use it, which seems trivial. I mean, it's a brush is a brush is a brush, but that is not necessarily the case. So, and I don't have to deal with a brush that is shedding all over me every single time I use it. So I'm not gonna. So this is going also in the Beauty Empties space. Next I have fragrance, and it's mostly home fragrance this time around. It's very rare that I go through a body fragrance, but I did finish a candle. This is a 3-wick candle by Bath and Body Works, and this is the Waikiki Beach Coconut candle, and I love the hot pink of this. I might dig out the candle and save the component if I can get the sticker off also for other things, because I love the hot pink frosted glass of this. This is a candle that supposedly had tropical white coconut scents, saltwater breezes, sun-bleached woods with essential oils. Those were the scent notes of this. These are typically $25, $24.50 is what this one cost me. I think they've raised the price since I purchased this one many moons ago. This is as far down as I could get it, because, and there is still quite a bit left, but the wicks, I don't know, they moved or they just quit staying lit. So I can't use any more of it. And that is honestly totally okay with me, because this candle stinks. This candle smells like, I don't know, really potent laundry detergent. I really do not like it. Also, I'm really happy that it is no longer in my collection, that I have burned it up, used it up. I think you can see that one of the wicks has moved, and that one was the only one that was staying lit. These 2 wicks here were not staying lit. So I couldn't have a candle that is in my collection that only one wick will stay lit. I don't know what exactly happened to make it that way, but I do think to some extent that the wicks maybe moved a little bit in the candle at some point, which makes it, you know, not stay lit. And then I have 3 of the wallflowers, which I have, I think, 4 burners in my house, 1 here, 1 in my bathroom downstairs, and 1 in each of the bathrooms upstairs. And I'm always replacing the wallflowers that are in those rooms. This one kind of helps to fragrance the whole upstairs in addition to the candle that I'm using. And then the ones in the bathroom, you know, just help the bathroom not smell like a bathroom. Most of the days, because I have children and they're dirty little gremlins. This one I'm not sure what the smell was, because I couldn't find the notes card on this one, but I do think that it is the other one that came in a set for Amber Woods, and I bought this one in a 2-pack on their website during the semi-annual sale, which I believe is going on right now, and I need to purchase some more. And those ones don't come with the scent cards like the single ones do. They just come in the box, right? That is listed with what they smell like. It smelled really good. I think I would probably purchase it again. It wasn't offensive in any way, in a like too masculine or too floral kind of mindset. So really easy scent to have and to smell on a day-to-day. Those ones I did put in my downstairs bathroom. This one is Wicked Vanilla Woods, and it has a really cool like scent card here that's got like, I don't know, spiders on it. I think it was from the fall or Halloween scents that they did a year ago or a couple years ago. I'm not sure. This one has magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, and enchanted pink pepper as the scent notes. And I do think that this one is one that I didn't love. Yeah, this one's one that I felt like was just a tad bit too floral for me, which is odd because I don't remember it saying that it had any floral in it. Yeah, it's vanilla, pink pepper, and amberwood, but it does smell very almost sour floral, if that makes any sense. You know, sometimes you can get those really super like florals, and I don't know how to really explain it, but it almost smelled sour to me, and it was in this room. It made it so between that and the candle that I was burning, I was like, I never want to video in there ever again. It was raining outside all the time, and I left my window open all hours. There's like rain droplets on the windowsill because I could not handle the smell of that. And I don't know if it was because it was just concentrated into this room, because out in the majority of the second floor, it didn't like stink necessarily, but it smelled in here. I never wanted to be in this room. The other one that I have is this one, which is prickly pear sangria. And I kind of liked this one, but at the same time, I think I would like it with the prickly pear more than I like it with the sangria notes. And it does have a little bit of a boozy kind of smell profile to it. It says that its scents are prickly pear syrup, white wine, and freshly sliced fruit. I smell boozy. It just smells boozy to me. And that is or is not, you know, whoever's, I don't know. I'm just not, like, I love the whiskey ones that they have out right now, but this one just smells too boozy. I can't with this one. This one was in my downstairs bathroom as well after the one ran out, and I can't. It was far too potent, smelled too much like alcohol. And I mean, I know that you guys don't know a whole lot about me, but I am just a social drinker, so I don't really drink. So anything that smells like super boozy, I don't drink because I can't handle the smell of it. It can't get past my nose, and then it gets into my mouth, and the taste of it just tastes like hairspray. I have never gotten super into alcohol because I just can't get past the smell of it, and that prickly pear sangria smells very, very boozy in my humble opinion. I would not repurchase that one nor the Wicked Woods one because I just couldn't handle the scents of those. One was just too sour and one was just too boozy. From a body care perspective, I just have a few things. So keeping on the train of some fragrance pieces, I do have 2 of the Bath & Body Works foaming hand soaps. These are the hand soaps that I use hands down every single day in all 3 of my bathrooms and on my kitchen sink. These are my favorite soaps because these are soaps that do not make my hands crack and bleed during, you know, specifically during the winter time when your skin is a little bit drier, but ever. I do have kind of a fragrance aversion as far as my skin is concerned. It doesn't love fragrance, so I can't really have fragrance soaps, but these ones don't bother my skin. So these ones I do buy. And again, these are things that I pick up during Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale. I usually pick up like 20 at a time. Right now, I still have 4 soaps left of the 20 that I picked up. I think they are the 20 that I picked up in the semi-annual sale this time last year. This is the one that I was talking about that I love. This is the Sweet Whiskey scent by Bath & Body Works, and this has notes of golden amber, vanilla infused whiskey, and sweet red berries, and this smells so good. Coffee and whiskey and oh god, sweet whiskey, they all just smell so good. This one smells a little bit more like a man than the other one does, the coffee and whiskey one, but oh my god, I just love it so much. I could buy 20 of this and the coffee and whiskey scent and be completely fine with that. Like, I think that this is a scent that I want to have in my life forevermore. I am so glad that I tried this scent, and so sad that I think that there's maybe only one left, but super happy that I get to go on to the semi-annual sale and purchase some more. Hopefully they still have it in their core, because I can't imagine why they would make that and not keep it in its core. It smells so good. This one is the Eyes on the Pies scent. It is a raspberry jam scent, and it has the notes of sweet raspberry jam, fresh strawberries, and vanilla crumbs. I think it is good. I think that I am more of a gourmand kind of scent profile, and I don't know that this one is necessarily gourmand, but, and I think this one definitely smells like raspberry crumb pie. I do think that this one is maybe just slightly too sweet for what I like from a gourmand standpoint. You can definitely smell the raspberry jam in this, and you can definitely smell the strawberries in this. It's very berry versus, you know, vanilla-y. So if you love a berry scent, this would be a perfect scent for you. I don't know if they still have this one, because this one, I believe, was also a limited time offering. I do think that it smells good. I wouldn't balk at purchasing it again, but I do think that it has just slightly too much sweetness to it for me to like 100% love it. I have this, which is the Tree Hut Candy Cane Moisturizing Shave Oil. This shave oil in candy cane was obviously a limited time offering for the holiday season, but this shave oil overall, which I will link like just Tree Hut shave oil down below, is fantastic. I love this shave oil, and it comes in just this little tiny, it's 7.7 US fluid ounces, but I think this lasted me for right around like 4 or 5 months in shaving. I don't shave like every other day. Like, I have to be honest, I shave like maybe once a week. My body hair, like leg hair and whatnot, just doesn't grow that fast, so I don't use it a whole lot during the week, but this lasted me, I think, like 4 or 5 months total, even though it's kind of a small thing. I currently have an EOS shave gel in my shower because I forgot to pick more of this up in the multiple like point spends that I've had over the last couple months with Ulta. But I will be picking up some more of this because it is also something that I love and don't want to be without. I would repurchase this 100,000 times, honestly. I used to use like shave creams and, you know, foams and those kind of things. I just feel like this is the best for my dry skin. It keeps it moisturized. It is a moisturizing shave oil, so it doesn't just sink into my legs right away, so I am able to use it to shave. It doesn't cause like razor bumps or anything like that. I'm not finding that it does dissipate in the way that like creams and other things I've used in the past have. I also am not opposed to using my conditioner on occasion, my hair conditioner on occasion for shaving my legs, but this is definitely the better option for sure. I also have this Coppertone Sport sunscreen. It is 70 SPF, and it was good. Like, I have a strawberry blonde daughter, and 2 of our sons are also blonde. This works really well with making sure that they don't burn in the sun, which they are prone to doing. I love that it is a spray because it is easier to apply or easier to reapply, I guess, than a lot of things. And I also like that it has like the clicky top so that it can shut off and not accidentally spray if you're not meaning to utilize it in that way. Like, it's in your bag and it's not going to accidentally spray. So really great. I would repurchase this. Sure. I mean, I do like these kind of spray bottle sunscreens. I don't necessarily think that Coppertone honestly is any better than like Equate or something like that. You just have to be really careful of the expiry date and whatnot for your sunscreens, but I would repurchase the Coppertone one for sure. And I do feel like it does its due diligence to make sure that my kids don't burn. I have this, which is Philosophy Coconut Frosting Shampoo, Shower Gel, and Bubble Bath. Now, I typically buy these kind of things for my daughter because she likes to use her shampoos also as bubble bath, and we went through a time frame in her life where she was using really expensive shampoos for bubble bath. This isn't nearly as expensive as some of those really expensive shampoos, and it smells really nice. This did smell like a coconut cream pie. It smelled so divine. This was a scent that I think that we got during the holiday season, so I'm not sure if they have this scent anymore. Do I think that you need to pick up the Philosophy version of these? Probably not. I would repurchase this. It is kind of spendy though, but I felt like it did a really good job of cleansing while also keeping everything moisture rich. Like it didn't pull the moisture out of, you know, the skin because it's also a shampoo. It didn't pull the moisture out of the hair because it's also, you know, a bubble bath, those kind of things. I think it did a really good job of doing all three of those things. I don't feel like it necessarily bubbled as much as my daughter likes for a bubble bath, but it bubbled enough that she felt like she was in a bubble bath. I also have this Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub and Lemon Blueberry Tart. This was phenomenal. It smelled so good. It smelled like a lemon bar. I am a fan of the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrubs. I use them in every single shower for exfoliation of my body. I go through one about every 2 to 3 months. I have one currently in my shower that is almost gone. So we're running on the 2-month time frame that one has been in rotation. I think I have 2 more before I need to buy another one, but I will probably buy another one when I buy the Tree Hut shave oils. Tree Hut can be found at Ulta Beauty, and they always have them on sale. Honestly, there's always a buy one get one sale going on, whether it's buy one get one free or buy one get one half off, or a sale nonetheless that is just like maybe $3 off or $5 off. These are typically, I think, $10.99, maybe slightly more than that, and I don't think I've ever paid more than $7.99 for them. Even before I was an associate and was getting that 25% off discount, I was always buying these on a sale. So you can almost always find Tree Hut products on sale at Ulta, so definitely hang out for those. But Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrubs are phenomenal for the body, and I will always repurchase them. I think I have one in my empties bin, at least one in my empties bin every single quarter. That is not likely to change because I really do like Tree Hut body products as far as that goes. I also have this, which is the Fenty Butter Drop. This one is the one that smells like Texas Roadhouse, like cinnamon butter. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And I just finished this, which is bittersweet because I loved this stuff. The one thing that I can say that I loved least about this, but also best, is that it does not like melt into your skin for the longest time. So I found that when I was putting this on my legs, which was after every shower, like I would literally have to give myself enough time outside of needing to be somewhere. So typically it was at night when I would put this on. If I showered in the morning, I wasn't wearing this because it just took far too long to melt into the skin. This was something I like least about it, but also something that I like best about it, because without it melting into the skin completely, I really did feel like it did an amazing job of keeping my legs moisturized. And especially after going in and shaving them, then coming out and putting this on, it kept them moisturized for an extended period of time, and it wasn't just melting into the skin and then keeping it dry. What I like best about this product is the container is refillable, so you can just buy the inserts, and I will likely be doing that. So I will put the insert into my empties and I will keep the container out so that I remember to purchase a refill, because this is phenomenal. This is the best body butter that I have ever encountered in my life, including that of like Josie Maran, which I actually really like. This is just super thick and it takes a while to melt into your skin, therefore lasts longer, I feel like, on your skin than a lot of other body butters do. And I, again, never want to be without this in my life. That said, I do have a ton of body butters that I need to go through before purchasing another one of these, but I might go through them and give them out as gifts because I've not even opened half of them, and go from there because I really do like this one and I like it better than any of the other body butters that I have had the pleasure of getting to use. It smelled so good. Made me smell like a snack, and y'all know I like those gourmand scents because I want to smell like a snack. So for hair care, I do have 3 products here. This is the Amika Soul Food Nourishing Mask. This is a hair mask that my daughter was using to help her hair. She does have really fine strawberry blonde hair that tends to feel and look dirty or greasy really, really quickly. It tends to look stringy and tends to not hold hydration in the way that, you know, like my hair might. So we were using this on her hair once a week. We were putting it on her hair, and she got this actually in her BoxyCharm that my mom buys for her every year for her birthday. She gets a year-long BoxyCharm for her birthday, and she loves it because she's 13 going on 14. She'll be 14 soon, and she gets products that I don't have and that are all hers, right? Not like hand-me-down products for mom, but she loved this. So I would definitely purchase this for her again in the future. It was very nourishing. I felt like her hair looked really healthy and really soft while she used it, while it was in rotation for her. She loved it, so I would definitely repurchase that for her. But I do have some hair masks I'd like to try on her first that I obviously got in gratis at some point in time from Ulta. And I don't really use hair masks on my hair because I get my hair done at the salon and I have vivids in my hair. So I don't want, you know, to destroy the vivids that are in my hair. But I do have some hair masks I'd like to use on her. I also have this, which is the Bumble and Bumble Thickening Volume Shampoo. And I love these big shampoos because they come with a pump. They're just a lot easier to use, especially in her shower. This was for her as well. She has, again, really fine, limp, almost strawberry blonde hair. So this was another product that was going to help with moisturizing her hair. So between this and this, I feel like it did a good job of keeping her hair moisture rich. This also did a really good job of making her hair look and feel less fine. Not that it's a miracle, you know, shampoo, but I do think that it did a good job of really bumping up the volume that her hair has the tendency to produce, which isn't much, and making her feel like she had more than her hair. I mean, it took this girl she was 4 before she ever had hair on her head. And I think a lot of it is because she's strawberry blonde and because it's as fine as it is. I mean, she just had wisps of hair. She was so bald for so long. I thought she was going to go to kindergarten with a bald head. And that made me want to cry for her. I mean, that wasn't the case. And when she finally started growing hair, she did grow it rather fast. But this made her feel like she had a lot, maybe more hair than she was used to, and it really helped to create a voluminous look of her hair versus like sometimes just the limp and, I don't know, flat version of her hair. She really likes that shampoo. Now, if this shampoo wasn't the price point of it, I would probably buy it all the time. This one regular price is $105, so I won't be purchasing this anytime soon. Like, I have plenty of shampoos that she can use, but I think at the end of the day, like, this does do the wondrous things with her hair, or makes her feel like her hair looks and feels different, more so than any other shampoo. So I would repurchase this for her maybe on occasion, and maybe when she's using far less shampoo to wash her hair than she is currently. Like, she uses so much shampoo, and I've tried to tell her, like, you don't really need that much. Right now it's on sale because Ulta Beauty has their sale, their 40% off like liter sale thing going on right now. And right now it's on sale for $84, but I still feel like that's really outlandish for a shampoo. So we're going to just stick with what we have right now. This is the Rakuten Acidic Bonding Concentrate Conditioner. I think I had a shampoo in the last one and didn't know where my conditioner was. Well, here's the conditioner. It is now empty. And I just don't go through conditioner quite as quickly as I go through my shampoo. And I know that that's completely backwards. I know a lot of people go through conditioner more so than they go through shampoo. But because I use a color depositing conditioner, a lot of times I don't go through like regular conditioner all that much. But you can see this bottle is totally crunched. It takes a lot of effort to get the last remaining bits of this out of there, and the top doesn't come off, which is the most aggravating piece of these shampoos. But I really do like this formula from Rakuten. I'm currently using the acidic bonding gloss treatment or something like that. I can't remember, but it's in a black bottle, and I really like that one as well. Really brings some shine to my hair. I feel like this does a good job of like keeping my hair healthy and soft because it is colored as often as it is, and it doesn't do, you know, the things that some other shampoos do in stripping the color from my hair, which I appreciate because I pay a lot of money for these colors to go into my hair. I want them to stick around. So the Rakuten ABC shampoo and conditioner are kind of my holy grail right now. Those bottles are like $28 and they're not very big, but I do feel like they're totally worth the price. And I like them better than Olaplex. Olaplex is good, don't get me wrong, but I do like those better. So that's it for hair care. Now we move to the final section, which I have skincare, and I actually have so much skincare and I'm so happy because I think in the last quarterly empties, we didn't have any skincare, if I remember correctly. And I was like, I do skincare. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to start with this one first. This is the Lancome by Facile. This is a makeup removing product. It is one of those that has like the water and oil, and you have to shake it up to mix the water and oil in there in order for it to like activate and be what it needs to be to take the makeup off your face. I don't love this product as far as an eye makeup remover goes, but it did work in a pinch and I was happy to have it in a pinch, but it's not my favorite. The reason why it's not my favorite is because I feel like it burns my eyes a lot more than any other eye makeup remover has. And I think it's got fragrance in it, if I remember correctly. And I mean, it's Lancome. They fragrance everything, let's be honest. I don't mind the like application method of it. I don't think that it's awful. You can put like a cotton ball on there and like swish it a couple times. It mixes it at the same time as it's putting it on the cotton ball. It's not a big deal. And it works. I'm not even gonna lie, it works. It takes off like waterproof stuff. It takes off really hard to remove glitters or really hard to remove like eyeliners. I just don't love it. So I'm happy that it is no longer in my collection. I don't typically buy these kind of products anyways, and I did get this one in gratis, which is why there's a line through the QR code or the SKU. I currently am using this Beauty Lab Triple Action Eye, Lip, and Face Makeup Remover. I did get this at like TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Yeah, it's just a no-name brand. I've never heard of Beauty Lab before. It does have the pump on it, so you just put a cotton ball on there, or cotton swab or whatever, my makeup remover on there, and use that. And I actually quite like this. It's not like by Facile, so you don't have to mix it up before you use it. I really do like it, and I like it better than this because it doesn't burn my eyes. So I would repurchase that one for $7 before I would ever think about repurchasing this one for the crazy price point that that one's at. Ever. I have 2 balm cleansers. This one by Ulta Beauty. Listen, there is not often an Ulta Beauty product. Well, there hasn't been in a very long time an Ulta Beauty product that I'm like, don't do this, steer clear of it. I don't love their like old eyeshadow palettes. I've not tried a new one yet though to tell you how it goes. This is completely empty. It does have, I'm going to keep it closed. Here's the reason why. This is so freaking oily. I don't know why it needs to have as much oil in it as it does, but like even as I'm tipping it over, like there's just a crazy amount of oil that seeps out of the product onto the component of the product, onto the table, wherever you have this. You need to understand it's going to seep oil out of it. And when you use it, it also leaves that really like thick, oily, like, I don't know, cakiness left over on your skin. There's just an oily remnants on your skin. I hated this product. In addition to that, I'm very much used to a solid balm. And while this was solid, it was also kind of, I don't know, not solid, if that makes any sense. It was kind of more of a hard cream. It wasn't solid, but it was creamy, but not like whipped creamy, right? It was just so, it was so oily. I can't with this. I don't love it. I don't want it in my, I don't want it in my collection ever again. That would be a product that I would tell you not to do. Like I had it on top, it was upright on top of my vanity table here. And I picked it up one day to take it into the bathroom because I was like, I need to put this in the bathroom if I'm going to get the entirety of the use out of it, which I did. But I picked it up from the vanity and there was a ring of oil underneath it. It reminds me a lot of the ring of oil that you see in some like eyeshadow palettes when they, you know, when the oils from the eyeshadows start to like spread through the cardboard component of the palette. Yeah, it's just gross. I don't want that on my skin forevermore. So this is what I'm used to in a balm cleanser. And this is the Clean It Zero Balm Cleanser. And this is the one in the pink bucket, which I think is just the original. It also is empty. This was in my to-go bag. I ended up taking it out of that to-go bag when I got laid off. I left it in here, forgot all about it, took it into my bathroom a couple months ago, started using it again. It was gone within a couple days. I think there was only like 4 more uses in here. This is really good. I like this a lot. This would be one of my favorites is the Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. This would come in a very close second and maybe even first because of the price point of it. It is so inexpensive to buy the full size, even the full size version of this. I have 2 full size versions of this. I really do like this product. It doesn't do anything to make my eyes burn. It doesn't leave like a nasty film on my face afterwards. And I would repurchase this in a heartbeat. It's a really, really good balm cleanser. I felt like it took off all of the like hard to get off kind of makeup things that you struggle with sometimes with a balm cleanser that I never have struggled with the Clinique one, which made it my favorite. That one, I think it's pretty compensatory to the Clinique one. And then I have some moisturizers here. These are the 2 moisturizers that I went through. And initially I was like, I only have 2 moisturizers, but if I'm honest, this one lasted me for flippin' ever. This is the Clinique Moisture Surge 100-hour moisturizer. This is a gel moisturizer, so you literally do not need much. I would like open it up. Oops, I would stick my finger into the bottle all the way down, and when whatever was on my finger, when I pulled it out of the container was all I needed. It was more than what I needed for my face. So I think this moisturizer, even as, you know, small as it is, with as little as you needed to use or that I needed to use and using it every day, once a day, it lasted me somewhere around the 3-month mark. I think I opened it up in beginning of March, and I think I just put it into this bin at the end of May. So all of March, all of April, and at least half of May. So almost 90 days is what this lasted me. Such a great moisturizer. I find that it does a really good job of keeping my dry skin looking healthy and feeling healthy and feeling plump and moisturized for the long haul. I also had this, which is the Drunk Elephant Proteiny Peptide Cream. This is a cream moisturizer, and this was in my to-go bag. So I really do like this moisturizer. I think I have a full size down in my moisturizer section that I will pull out at some point in time, but I'm currently using the Smooth Sip by Benefit. I don't know that I love that one as much as either one of these, but I do love the component of the full size of this because you don't have to dip your finger into it. It's a little bit more, you know, sanitary because it has a pump on it, much like the eye makeup remover that I currently have in rotation. I love the full size of this for this reason. This is a really good moisturizer too. I like using this moisturizer in the evenings and this one during the day. And that's how I was able to finish this one, is when I pulled it out of my to-go bag when we were laid off, or when I got around to pulling it out after we were laid off. I just made it my night cream for a while, and then the 100-hour Clinique was my day cream. I have one face oil, and it is by Herbivore. It is the Herbivore Emerald Hemp Seed Adaptogens Deep Moisture Glow Oil, and I did not love this. I have recently gotten into the habit of using a facial oil because I do have really dry skin, right? And I want my skin to not be dry. I want my skin to not be dry. I did not love this facial oil because of the smell of it. I think it smelled like, I mean, right now it smells like rubber bands. I don't remember it smelling like rubber bands, but I don't remember it smelling very good either. I did wash it out after I used it, which was probably a mistake because, you know, it is an oil and you can't really wash oil out with water, so now it's all foggy. That's just from me washing it out and the moisture still being in there. I don't know a lot about Herbivore though, so I don't know if they have other facial oils or if, you know, I got it in a FabFitFun or something like that. Maybe it was old. I used it though, and it didn't like break out my face. So I think it was still maybe good, but it just did not smell good. So I did not like it. I am currently using a Drunk Elephant, a glowy maritinol oil. And I also don't love the smell of this one, but I know that the smell of this one is normal because I went into the store and smelled it before actually putting this on my face because it was a gratis item and I don't know how long it's been in my collection. But I actually don't love the smell of facial oils. Let's just go there. Maybe that is why I haven't used a facial oil in the past, is because I hate the smell of them. Okay, then I have some serums that I was using. I don't know if this is necessarily a serum, but this is the Drunk Elephant Bouncy Bright Facial Mask Illuminator. I was using it daily to help combat things like, you know, sallowness in my skin, so it was brightening. I believe it's, you know, vitamin C. It is 10% azelaic acid and 2% salicylic acid, so it was doing its duty to like brighten my skin, correct my skin, all the things. I don't necessarily need salicylic acid. It did have that nasty salicylic acid like smell to it, but not nearly as bad as a lot of salicylic acid products are. I would use this again. I really did like it. It seemed to last forever for me. I don't know what goes on with the pump system in here. I think that this might have like a bag in there, because this seems like it's an airless pump, but there's no like tube that goes into the bottom of this, but I just know like I can't get anything out of it anymore. It definitely feels, you know, it feels empty for sure. It was really nice. I really liked it a lot, and I felt like it did a good job of making my skin appear more vibrant and less sallow while I was using it. I also was using this number 7 Hydra Luminous Hyaluronic Acid serum. I always want to be using a hyaluronic acid in my routine, which is funny because right now I don't think I have one going in my routine. This one would not be the one that I picked up again. It was so thick. I hated I am a person who really doesn't like the feel of heaviness or something on my skin, which is a lot of the reason why, you know, steer clear of foundations for the most part. I wear a lot of skin tints or medium at most kind of foundations because I don't like the feel of the heaviness on my skin. And this I felt heavy on my skin. So I wouldn't repurchase this hyaluronic acid serum. I also, in addition to not liking the heaviness of it, don't feel like it did a really good job of keeping my skin feeling and looking, you know, moisture rich, which is what hyaluronic acid is supposed to do, is pull that, you know, moisture out of the air into your skin. It says it's an instant and long-lasting hydration effect for visibly healthy looking skin. I don't feel like this did anything. It did last forever though, because even if I was putting like a full pipette onto my hand, like there's so much product in here. So I think that you're getting a good bang for your buck. It says 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty typical, but I felt like there was a lot more than 1 fluid ounce in here. I don't know. Maybe the pipette didn't grab as much as I thought it was grabbing every single time. Maybe that's why I don't feel like it did a good job, but I also just really hated the thickness of the product on my skin, so I wouldn't repurchase that. And then I have this, which is the Peach and Lily Power Cocktail Lactic Acid Repair Serum. This is for lifting, repairing, and resurfacing of skin. It's got 10% lactic acid with 12 active extracts in it, and I love this. I use this every single night before I went to bed, and I topped it with the Peach and Lily Refining Serum, I think is what it's called. I can't remember. It's in a white component with pink writing on it. It is so good. That combination is so good. And Peach and Lily is not like a super expensive skincare brand. I think when I've run through the 500,000 bottles of skincare that I have, either because I had to throw them away because they expired, or because I gave them away, or because, you know, I mean, I only have one face and I have a ton of skincare. It's what we got a lot in gratis of. I think when it's all said and done, unless I find something else that I love, I would repurchase this one in a heartbeat. I really did like this serum on my skin, and it sometimes made my skin feel like tingly, but never made my skin feel burny. And even when I got it a little too close to my eyes once or twice, like it didn't really burn my eyes in the way that some serums have in the past. So I really do like it and would repurchase it. I feel like it did a really good job of making my just skin feel and look resurfaced without having that like really awful burning effect that you get from like other serums of its kind, like retinol serums specifically. This one says that it is your power cocktail. It's a potent concentrated night serum that resurfaces, renews, and recaptures a visible youthful skin with a luxe vegan blend of clinically effective 10% lactic acid and 12 powerful natural extracts, including ginseng, red algae, and probiotics. It visibly firms, lifts, smooths out lines, and resurfaces for new glowing skin. And I feel like it did all of that. I really love Dermalogica as a skincare brand, but I think like second in line for me after having used some Peach and Lily products lately would likely be Peach and Lily. Like I feel like it's such a good product and its price point is like dead on where I want to be in like my skincare game. And then the last thing I have here is this is the Clinique clarifying lotion. This one is in step 3. I don't know if you guys can see that, and I typically buy step 2. This one was given to me by a friend, and I have to be honest with you, I hate the smell of this one. It doesn't smell anything like step 2. I do not like the smell of this one. This one is made for combination skin, so I think that there's a bit of, you know, some kind of products in there that are good for oily skin in there that I am not used to. It does say it is 100% fragrance free, so the smell of it would be all natural smells from the products that are in it. I do like the Clinique clarifying lotion. I use it every single day before I put on makeup. I use it every single day before I put on skincare. It is a product I literally use 30 out of 30 days. So 31 out of 31 or 28 out of 28, whatever the month is. Like, it is literally a product that I use every single day. When I get bottles of this size, I typically will keep them in my collection until I can dump them into my big bottle with the pump on it, because I don't want to use one of these bottles. And then this bottle becomes the empty because it is in there for the emptiness of this bottle that this bottle replenished, if that makes any sense. This is what I am considering the empty, even though I dumped it into that big old bottle over there, because that big old bottle was empty at the time that I dumped this in. I like step 2. I will wear step 2 every single day. When step 3 is done in my bottle, I will never buy another step 3. I just did not love the smell of it. The step 2 does not smell like this one does. And I can't even tell you what I think it smells like. I can just tell you I don't love it. So there's that. But I would purchase this over and over and have. I've repurchased it so many times because, and purchased that big old pump bottle at like $38 or something like that on sale, because it is the best product that I have found to put on my skin every single day and make my makeup just look and feel differently on my face. It keeps the makeup from like sinking into my pores, but it also keeps the makeup from like moving all over the place on my face. And literally, I don't know the magic that it's doing to create this baseline on my face where the makeup just looks better when you're using this product. If you have an Ulta near you, go to that has a Clinique associate in it, go there and ask them to show you the tape test with the clarifying lotions. I think that you would be shocked at what happens with that, because it is literally the best like demonstration of what this does differently on your skin to help your foundations and your makeups that are going on your skin just last longer and look better. I will never be without that. I do like that product. So that said, that's it. There's a ton. I've got about an hour and 20 minutes worth of video that I need to like scale down for you guys. But I have so many products that you guys got a nice little like quasi review on. So I hope that you enjoyed it. All of these products, if they are available, will be linked down in the description box, as well as what I'm wearing on my face. And if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments section. I would love to catch you up with y'all there. Please let me know if you've tried any of these products and how you feel about these products yourself. I would be especially interested to know how you feel about some of the products that I disliked, right? The world is made up of completely different opinions. That's what makes us individuals and what makes us different, and what makes brands able to sell one product and continue to sell one product, right? Because some people like it, whereas some people don't. I would be interested to hear, and I'm sure that the rest of us would be interested in that share of wealth of knowledge out there. So please let us know down in the comment section. I would be interested to hear from you guys as well as everybody else. And with that said, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you and yours are well. I hope that you are all healthy and safe and getting along as best that you can in this world. I hope that you are all loving each other, being kind humans, and living your best life. And until next time. Bye, guys. Oh, P.S. Do you see me? I am in a sundress today with a tank top underneath it because it is kind of V-neck, but it's actually 87 degrees. Like, what? Where did that come from? Holy cow. With that, bye again.